Brownsville St. Joseph took their high-tempo offense out by the bay to take on the Tarpons, but it was Port Isabel getting it done on the ground. They have got a two-headed monster at running back that is getting things done. Juan Aguilera with that first TD. J.J. Gonzalez had a great game also, over 150 yards for him. And then special teams, how about the fake field goal interception by Marco Colorado? And Port Isabel wins this one easily, and they go to 4-0 on the year. Let's talk about the top performers from week 3. And even though Brownsville St. Joseph only scored 21 points, Adrian Gutierrez had a good game, 234 yards. Brandon Garza and Sean Montemayor, get ready for that Bird Bowl matchup, as they were top performers for week 3. Top receivers, Brandon Vasquez of Harlingen caught most of the passes from Garza. DJ Johnson we talked about. Grant Preciado, a great game for the South Hawks. And rushers, there we go. Trevor Spates, 257 yards and still only 14 points. Eric Gonzalez is the top running back at Weslaco now. Sammy Tafoya, man, that is a two-headed monster at running back for Progresso, has won 2 straight. Sammy Tafoya and Esteban Onaveros looking good out there for the Red Ants. But let's talk about the other 3A game that is going to be dominating the headlines this week. It is Lagruya taking on Port Isabel. Lagruya, I mean, Rio Hondo put up 29 points against Sinton and then goes out to Rio Grande City and gets held out of nothing by that Lagruya defense. It was an impressive performance. It only went to halftime, but it still ended up 30-0 Lagruya. And what does this say about Lagruya, and what does this say about them as they get ready to take on the Tarpons on Friday? Mario, your thoughts on what should be a great game between two unbeaten teams?
I think this says that they're ready to play Port Isabel. I mean, they're both almost mirror images of themselves. And coming off the game that they did, I think this should make for a good matchup. Yeah,
talk about mirror images. 2 quarterbacks that are incredibly similar in Isaiah Martinez and Ray Peña-Blanca.
Yeah, get there early for 2 reasons. One, there's not going to be many seats there at all. It's going to be a full house. Second, the 2 teams, if they play the way their offenses can, that game's over like that. And it may be down to one of those 7-6 thrillers.
All right, let's go ahead and make our picks. Who have you got on this one?
Port Isabel.
PI.
And let's make it 3 for 3. I think PI's defense too much. I don't think Lagruya has faced a defense that strong. But talk about an upset. We talked about Sinton, going head-to-head with Rio Hondo. What about Sinton coming down to the Rio Grande Valley and getting beat by those Raymondville Bearcats? The defense came up huge with some interceptions of Tyler Hansen early on, and they parlayed that. It was 15-15 at half. Raymondville takes over and not only goes ahead of Sinton, but stops Sinton on 2 big comeback. Sinton had a chance with 2 drives at the end, but they do not get it done. Your thoughts on Raymondville beating Sinton this week? It's a big game in Class 3A, Joe.
Well, I think that the more Raymondville's defense has some success, the better that team's going to get, because that offense is going to roll. And I like what I saw there. They built on play after play after play, and if that defense does that game after game, their offense is going to score points. They're going to win games.
Raymondville making a statement. This has to be good for them and their confidence.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to hold a good team to 390 yards. I say hold, but Raymondville had 400 and something yards, so this was a good win for them this week.
Absolutely was. Absolutely a great win for Raymondville. Meanwhile, Edcouch also went up to Laredo on Friday, and yeah, they got stuck in the rain and stuck in a nasty game with Laredo Alexander. Alexander almost came back to beat Sherryland 2 weeks ago, but they end up beating Edcouch Elsa. Edcouch Elsa with 4 turnovers in this one, and the Yellow Jackets do take their first loss, although they came back. They were down by 14, actually more than 14, came back to within 7, but could not get it done. Does this change your opinion of Edcouch Elsa in any way, shape, or form?
Not really, because again, 4 turnovers is that big glaring number, and I don't care who you are, what level. 4 turnovers, you're a different team. You're doing things you don't normally want to do, and so no, they're still a top-notch team.
Now they host. Now they're heading out to Roma, almost as far as Laredo, but not quite. Roma coming off of Orly Solis's big 460-yard game, setting the Valley record against Laredo LBJ. Roma will be ready for Edcouch Elsa. What are your thoughts on this game as Edcouch Elsa travels up to Gladiator Arena?
I think Edcouch Elsa comes in at this game at a perfect time, having lost the game. I think coming into this game, they're motivated. They're not going to be let down. They're not going to let what happened last week happen again this time. And weather isn't an issue, too, or it shouldn't be an issue.
Should not be an issue. Roma's got some good turf there anyway, but you know they have been chomping at the bit. Roma's been looking forward to this game for a year.
Roma's circled it. They want to make a statement, but Edcouch needed to win last week for the Roma to really, truly take advantage, because you're right. They're going to come in, and the Yellow Jackets swarming. They'll be after that.
Roma's got some great athletes. Edcouch Elson's just got more of them. So I think Edcouch is going to win this game. We are coming right back to talk about what was the game of the week. Bella and Economides in a fantastic game, maybe the game of the year. We'll talk about it and what it means for District 35A next.